Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most fattest shit.
Hey, Chewy Blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Raps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Raps, where the big boys play.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Voice Party Podcast. Are we recording now for real?
Yeah, now we're
okay, cool. What's up, everybody? Thank you for listening. This is season 2, episode 1. Ooh. Longest season we've ever of any show ever. Finally over. Jesus. We're done with that shit.
You hear that, Guinness?
It's me, JD, here. I'm sitting here with Joaquin. What's up, Joaquin? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you can put your mic condom on properly. The mic condom is not on properly. There you go. There you go. Hey, we got a returning co-host. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah,
it's good to be back.
Good. Some new tattoos. All right,
yeah.
Cool. We got Phil. What's up, Phil?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey,
everybody?
how's it going, man?
I didn't recognize that was. I didn't recognize Marcos at first. I thought that was Cody Rhodes with the neck.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Season 2. Yeah, we had a good first season, right?
It was a good 140 episodes.
Jesus, bro.
And we have a returning first guest we've ever had. He's also the most guests that we've had on the podcast.
Damn.
We've had him on, like, aside from as a guest and featured on other episodes, like when we reviewed films with us.
Joker,
the most,
right?
Yeah, the most.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember
the most guests that we've had. So starting off the season with him again, everybody make some noise for the Evan LG Francis.
Hey,
Mr. Go to Work.
What's up?
Mr. Go to Work Fitness.
How you doing, bro?
Welcome.
How you
Man,
doing?
thank y'all for having me. Voice Party, we back in it, man. Season 2. Y'all doing Doctor Who numbers on the episode counts, man. Them is Doctor Who numbers, bro. But what's up, everybody? It's Evan LG Francis, aka Mr. Go to Work. You already know I had to put it in there.
No, that's usually what we do.
You feel me? Plug.
Yep.
But I'm glad to be here, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the setup, because when I was here, like the first,
it was my room.
It was your room. Now we're here in the whole.
It was like barking in the background.
Hey, you know what? It's the same thing as me though. We started in my like living room,
in the park and shit too, right?
Yeah, and then we wound up doing stuff where we had a little studio now. So hey, it's moving up. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first episode was like a test run that we did with ourselves, just but then you were the first guest.
Yes.
So like that's why I was like, we're back.
Yeah.
And you hadn't seen this, so I saw you the other day at the screening. Like, let's have you back because it's been a while.
It's been a minute, man, and so much has happened. We've all been doing stuff. It's good to be able to sit down and catch up with everybody and discuss.
That was before the pandemic too.
That was before the pandemic.
Yep.
That's how long ago it was, though.
Holy shit.
That was a long ass time ago. So you think about it, it's like, man, when you. Yeah, so much has happened, so many things for everybody, not just me, for everybody. So it's good to be able to, sit back and, talk to my folks again and catch up and, see the new digs too. I love it.
You saw we made a movie, right?
I seen that. Yeah, I saw it.
I think that's you were in there.
I think I saw it. Yeah, no, I saw it. It was not like that was. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's part of everything happening for everybody. You know? I'm sure we're going to jump into all of that, But just because we were all making progress and doing things and making moves, I wanted to make it not even just a podcast, even just like a celebration. So we're celebrating y'all.
Nice.
We brought the Bel Air, we brought the Lux, we brought the gold, you know what I mean? That's what all the ballers be drinking and shit apparently. So got it for y'all. Then for the non-drinkers, I got y'all some stuff too, some blood orange, you feel me?
I heard the Bel Air slaps.
It does slap. I heard it slap. I'm just starting to accept the fact that people, hold on, I'm just starting to accept the fact that people are saying that food and drink and all that shit slaps. It used to just be music. That
I was making a Will Smith joke, but carry on.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying. But I'm just starting to realize, like, people really say like food slaps, bro. Like, I was like, damn, bro.
I didn't accept that for a while either.
I couldn't.
And then you if you can't beat them, join them.
It's kind of like what happened with bars. Like bars used to only mean like, this guy can rap, and then it started it to mean like I'm good at everything. Ooh, look at this amazing food I just made.
Bars, yeah.
Everything starts on the underground level though, and then it becomes mainstream. So
and that was a Bay Area thing, right?
That was a big.
It was a Bay Area thing.
Smack, all that, smack, slap, all that.
It took me a while to get the Bel Air. Like, wait, what do you mean slaps?
So
act like you don't know the Fresh Prince.
That was funny, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure we all was able to celebrate. We turned into drink champs today, bro.
Shit! Right when I stopped drinking.
Right when, but that's why
I know. Yeah.
Non-alcoholic.
I appreciate it.
Drink champs, boy.
I'm popping. We popping.
Pop it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pop.
Yeah.
You know what?
Pop the Bel Air.
You know what? I'll be honest. Every time a champagne bottle opens, I always flinch.
Want one of these, Phil?
It's like I can't see when it opens because I gotta like.
Oh, it's scary because these what's it called?
I feel like that's like something for I couldn't overcome in my childhood.
Oh yeah,
and then we're being classy too because I brought the little pineapple nectar. So we're being classy too, so you can have mimosas with.
Oh
yeah,
pineapple mimosas.
Pineapple mimosas.
Tropical.
Yep.
Yeah, I just came back from Belize not that long ago.
That's what I was gonna ask. You've been traveling, man. You went to Alaska.
Oh, how was that?
Belize, Guatemala.
Weren't you gonna go to Egypt?
Arizona, Utah,
Egypt too? No.
Texas, Egypt is coming up, and then Morocco as well, like October. But no, that's been one thing for me is being able to.
I gotta try that.
You got to, bro. You got to.
That. Sorry.
Drip.
I've had it, bro.
Hell yeah.
Can you pass that over to Phil?
Yeah, absolutely. But being able to travel has really been a big thing for me, and it's all become a part of who I am now. Like I never thought that I would even go any of these places before.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing a lot of crazy shit. So like even when I was just in Belize, I was in the ATM caves, which are like most famous caves in Belize. Which they were grounds for the Mayan people in like 800 BC that they used to do like blood sacrifices.
Hey, blood sacrifices.
Like as we cheers.
Blood sacrifices.
No, I'm just saying.
Cheers.
To progress, to family, to everything, man. But they used to commit like blood sacrifices to like their gods. So they worshipped the god of corn, the god of blood, and I think the god of light. Corn because that was their first crop, and that was what sustained life.
The carbs that they had.
That was the first thing, so it sustained life. Then the god of blood because blood is the essence of life, and then light that provides everything, light and rain. So
where was this?
Those were the things. This was in Belize. So they didn't ever do or conduct sacrifices on women. It was always boys that were like I think between 12 and like 20.
That makes sense.
I mean, because they never did that because they were saying that women were the bringers of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would they sacrifice?
There's hella dudes.
There's hella dudes. Get them out of here.
You spare some dudes.
Now were they like? How do they pick the sacrifices? Was it like this boy doesn't look very strong,
I'm not
so
even
we're
too
just
sure about? But because I didn't get.
But you went to the places where they did it.
Fuck. So you have to even get there. You have to walk through a few miles of jungle, then you have to cross through 3 different river streams just to get over there.
Shit.
And then they have a before you get to the mouth of the cave, there's this pond that's pretty deep, and it has like little fish in it that they're like they're relative to piranha. So you can't be bleeding or pissing the water or anything, or they'll nip at you. They'll nip at you. But if you're just cool, you swim in there, they'll swim with you. It's cool. So,
but if you cut your leg while you're swimming,
you're fucked. But it's not even bad. But to me, I feel like some people have less nerve, right? Some people wouldn't even be caught in there. So I'd imagine if something's nipping at you, you're like, oh shit.
Goddamn.
You know what I mean? Lose your control. But nah, man, it was just crazy to even go in there because number one, it's just pitch black. Bro, I seen spiders in there that were like the size of my hand.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Like when we were, yeah, bro. There
fucking
were
bird-eating spiders,
bro. So they have like huntsmen, they have cave dwelling spiders, they have the scorpion spiders that are like as big as your hand and all that. They have the little pincer things. I'm about to show y'all some pictures.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah,
Sheila.
So, but when you start to really get to like the cathedrals and the artifacts that they had, like the pots and seeing how they made these fireplaces, and they made the rocks triangular, and then they put 3 rocks into a triangular pattern to make the light
pyramid,
to make the light reflect out. You know what I mean? So
like in the Mummy.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of this shit be kind of really crazy how factual it is and how brilliant them people was back in the day. So going there, and then we went in there to really see the Crystal Maiden, which was one of the remains that's been in there since like the 800 BC. But the boy who was sacrificed, his remains were so old and so calcified that they look like diamonds.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hella salt, right?
Bro, it's crazy. And so it's just nuts in there, and you feel the energy. You feel it, bro. Like it's nuts in there. And then just being able to go through everything, and even just all the stuff that was in there, all the creatures that was in there, everything that like I've always seen on TV, I'd be like, oh hell no, I'd never be going over there or anything. Bro, like that's an experience, bro. Like I'll never forget that. Like that's something that enriched me and made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? It made me wiser. It made me more knowledgeable. And more respectful of life, bro. Not even just that trip, but then going to Guatemala and seeing the Mayan ruins and the Mayan temples, and seeing how that was built, and seeing just how vast everything is. There's ruins and temples that are still like half buried. That they haven't starting to excavate.
They haven't found everything that's under there.
They haven't even found everything, bro. It's so vast.
Wow.
It's ridiculous, man. So it's just being able to go out, travel, see things like that. It's giving me like so much insight and so much more knowledge on just things and how things are around the world. Going to Alaska, that's somewhere I never thought my black ass would be going to. But hey, you know, that turned out to be one of my favorite trips I ever took. Like Alaska is bomb, bro. You just got to go at a certain time when it's like 24 hours of light.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You go when there's 24 hours of dark. That's you, bro.
That's where the vampires get you.
Fucking
and it's like it snows so much that everything is like pretty much shut down and out of commission.
Right.
So you got to get there like probably between April, August, like somewhere around there. And everything's open. It's one of the most fun places I've been. The breweries they have, just everything, man. The sights, everything. This is really cool. The food is amazing. The seafood they have there is some of the best
Alaska?
in the world. Yes, because you know they have everything's fresh from salmon.
Was there other black people there though when you were there?
It was rare, but I seen a few.
Did you feel like?
You know what? I
always ask that about Alaska because a cousin of mine living over there.
No, you know what? To tell you the truth, I feel like the people go out of their way to make you comfortable over there. So that's why I like Alaska a lot. I think the place that you're probably like that you would think is like that is like that. And my least favorite state that I've ever visited is Utah. Utah is just like, as soon as I got off the plane, they was looking at me like, huh? Yeah. What business do you have here? You know what I mean? Everywhere I went, man, it was crazy.
You just got to go around telling them you're a Mormon. I'm a Mormon.
No. So I'm a rebellious soul. I'm from the Bay Area, man. So as soon as I felt like that, I had my bro with me, Logan, who I do a lot of traveling with. Thank you, bro. That I do a lot of traveling with. Shout out to him. I told him, I was like, oh, fuck that. I'm about to mess with these people. So I just so happened to have my Black Panther Party t-shirt. You feel what I'm saying? in my bag. So I just wound up wearing that.
The one that says 1969?
Yeah, and all that shit. So power to the people, all that shit. So, hey, man, I walked down the street, like walked hella blocks, bro. No, and it literally, there was a little Mormon family. I was like over at the benches and stuff, and they see me. It was like a movie. If their head literally could have exploded, it would have. He was just like,
hey, how many scopes you think you had on you?
bruh, like
I'd have been like, look, we have a lot in common.
You know,
y'all believe in multiple wives. We got multiple baby mamas.
Nah, you know what's crazy though, bro?
See?
And you know what?
Doing the Lord's
it's just
work.
The people. It's the older ones though. It's the older.
Yeah, it's the old school.
The younger ones.
The techies, they're like techies and shit.
They
right?
know what's up.
Yeah.
Even the ones that's coming like out in high school or the ones that's in college that got the little jobs. Because I was going to little gas stations.
Right.
You chop it up with them. They know what's up. They're like, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
We just moved one of my best friends to Utah, and yeah, it was.
I'm sorry.
It's the younger. But you know what though? It's hella cheap. I mean, he just bought a house.
Well, and it's turning into like a comedy hub and a tech hub over there now. So like they're trying to change the shit out of it.
They need to.
They
need to. Because I'm telling you, as soon as I got off that plane, bro, like people was staring at me and everything. I ain't felt like that in Houston, Texas, Louisiana, nowhere else. You know what I mean? And so it like because everybody really is like, hey, they're really hospitable, especially like in Texas, man. There's so much hospitality out there. Shout out to Houston, Texas.
Especially Houston is like hella liberal and hella
Houston, Texas. Oh my god,
good ass food. They have hella
the women. Women. That's all. The food is amazing, but the women. Just like what I was about to say about Belize. I feel like it's everywhere but here.
In Belize they speak English, huh?
They do. They do. And even in Guatemala, you got your folks who do and you got your folks who don't. But I was in the villages, like kicking it before I went to Tikal, which is one of the capitals out there, where the ruins were. Got to be in the villages with the folks. Had a whole breakfast with the family from Guatemala. Shout out to Mariella and her whole family over there. And just got to hang out with the kids, see how they live, seen the goat carts and all that. You know what I'm saying? Not the go karts, the goat carts, the carts with the goats on the back.
Was this like in the jungle?
In Guatemala, this was like on the outskirts. In Belize, we were in the jungle. So in Belize,
you see a jaguar? That's what I was gonna ask.
Bro, no, when we were in Belize, we had the ATVs, and so we were night riding in the middle of the jungles in Belize. So he was telling us, Andy, shout out to him, and everybody in Belize, shout out to San Ignacio, the whole hood out there. But he was just telling us like, watch out, because it's jaguars, it's this, it's that. You never know what's gonna come out, you know. So we started at probably like 8 when it was still a little light outside, and we rode till like 11, and it was pitch black out there, bro. And at first I was like, them ATVs is like, they handle strong. Yeah. So I was like handling jerkily at first, and then he was just like, man, relax. And so they just let me roll, and we went through the jungles, bro. I'm talking the roads, hitting pine, everything, bro.
As far as running into creatures, like something like a giant python or a jaguar, you're probably safer mounted on a vehicle than you are on foot.
It's
naturally.
just numbers too. It's numbers too.
Another thing we had, what's his name, explorer guy. The other thing that I would be more scared of in the jungle is the fucking criminals that hide under. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that.
Yeah, but like they, you know, if you with people that's local,
true.
You know what I mean? It's a difference. That's why wherever I go,
that's what I'd be worried about though. That's
you
what
always get a guide, man.
And then you tap in with the local people, bro. That's the biggest thing. Like, that's one thing I learned about being like in tourism and going places and doing stuff. You don't just go in people, especially out of country. You don't just go in people country and just act any way or just act like.
Of course, walk around like you.
No, I tap in with the locals, bro. When I first got into Belize, bro, we went to the little liquor stores and everything where we were at around the hood and everything, bro. Went over there, I introduced myself to everybody, was cracking jokes with everybody, because at first when you go in, they're gonna look at you crazy because they already know you're a tourist. You know what I mean? You don't look like nobody out there, or you're not dressed like them out there, and none of that. So they already looking at you like, they probably. Because
you just having tattoos, you look like a stranger.
Yeah, you
right?
look like an outsider. Exactly. Yeah. So you got to already got a kind of tension there. So you got to diffuse that shit. For me personally, because what matter where I'm at, I want my energy to be good, and I want everything to be cool around me. So you got to diffuse that shit. Even the cops and stuff that was around there, they look like they'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? But you go over there there and you tap in. What's up? This, that, and the other. You know, I was shaking hands. I was making friends. That's how it is. Everybody was smiling by the time I was leaving out at any place I was at. You know what I mean? Because
it's like a third world country. Like you gotta
mind your P's and Q's. Even if you're a tourist, it don't matter. It don't matter. And you know, because people watching you no matter what.
I say especially if you're a tourist.
Yeah, especially. Not even. You know. That's why I always say I go where I need to go. I introduce myself to the people I need to introduce myself to. I shake the hands I need to shake the hands of, and I move on. But I'm not kissing no ass or nothing. But at the same time, you show respect to the people.
I'm here. Don't bother.
Yeah. You know, so
I come in peace.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Yeah, let people know. And then you go into for me personally, I'm going to Belize. It's nothing but beautiful women in Belize. They're beautiful. Guatemala, oh my God. All these places, it's beautiful women, all these places. The likes of, bro, you turn around, it's something. It's just, they're just there. And so you want to go to a bar, you want to go to a casino, you want to go to a club, boy, you better be on your P's and Q's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's how I feel. I just want to tap in with wherever, because also it's about expanding your network. Yeah. So then the next time I go somewhere, I'm already cool. I already got friends.
Like, oh, you know Pedro? All right, cool.
I'm already, so it's about
he saved me from a Jaguar.
So it's just about tapping in and showing respect no matter where I'm at. And it's crazy because the one thing that I notice, and it's a segue or whatever, but the one thing that I notice about every place that I go to, no matter where it is, it could be Alaska where it's like glaciers and shit. It could be, Guatemala, Belize, Texas, anywhere. The poor contingent and the homeless contingent is like insane. Mm-hmm. It's insane. And it's.
What would you say it's worse?
It's.
If you had to like. I imagine there's none in Alaska.
You're wrong. You're
what?
Wrong. I was just about to say that, as a matter of fact. So the thing about Alaska is it's the natives. It's like the natives, the Eskimos and stuff. Those folks that are descended from there, they have. It's not even just them, but it's a lot of them. They have it's alcohol, bro. And it's what when I was in Arizona, same thing. They on the reservations, it's a lot of alcohol, drug abuse because it's not It's a thing. I don't know what it is about the natives, people of color, and all that, but it's a thing to where it's wherever I go. Wherever, it don't matter where I go, it's like that, and it's so, and the thing is that the folks out here, you need to count your blessings. You need to count your blessings. You need to be happy that, I know life ain't perfect and everything like that, but man, I just came from where it's places they ain't got no roof. Mm-hmm. They living in huts and shit.
I mean, it's about.
It's beautiful out there, and it's awesome. But the thing about it is, in their currency, I went to Belize. Everything they dollar is worth half ours. Everything is worth half ours. Mm-hmm. So you can buy so much shit. I went to Guatemala. I gave $100 and did a currency exchange. I came out with $700.
Fuck. It's like that when you travel abroad.
So we got soup kitchens. If you happen to be homeless, we got soup kitchens here. Over there, they go. They don't have the help we have here for. If you're going through bad times, basically.
Facts. But the thing is, though, is that. How do I say this?
This is delicious, by the way. This is fucking good.
Yeah, it is delicious.
That's what I'm saying, man. Mimosas and shit, man. But the thing about it for me is, like you just said, they don't have a whole bunch of economic help. Yeah. But it's a reversal. So I believe in somebody, if there's a friend of mine in Belize or anything that's watching, you can correct me in the comments or whatever. But what I believe it is, and one of the locals told me, was that once you turn 18, you're entitled to, I think, an acre of land.
What? That's dope.
So you can build a house.
That's dope.
You can do all that. You know what I mean? If your father or your family were farmers, you're entitled to a little more than that.
That's fucking dope.
So you have opportunity out there.
That's dope.
To build something, right? So that's why you'll go and you'll see these villages. You'll be driving down the roads and you'll see villages. Some of them have really nice houses, and then there'll be huts right next to them because they use them acres for whatever, and they put up the cattle on it, they do all that stuff, so they make use of what they got.
And no shitting on huts though. I mean, if the huts are keeping out the rain.
No, I'm not doing none of that. But I'm just telling people, to count your blessings, because where you're at right now, 9 times, and it's not everybody, because some of y'all might not have a house, but I'm saying most of y'all who do, count the blessings for the house that you got. And,
for sure.
And
having a roof.
Having a roof.
And somewhere with walls.
Because I'm telling you, bro, because if you like me, maybe 5-6 years ago, before I started really going out in places and shit, I was scared of spiders and shit. And I know a lot of people out here scared of spiders. And if you was out there, you wouldn't want to be out there. You wouldn't want to.
You can't avoid it.
Bro, they're monstrous spiders out there. Yeah. I came back here, not afraid of shit.
You don't have to worry about jaguars.
Nothing. I'm not like every time I come from somewhere else, I get less and less afraid of what's here. Because it can be so much worse, and that's why I look at it. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
That 18-year-old land grant, that's like that 40 acres and a mule that.
But see, the
skipped
thing
out on.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But that's what I was saying though. I was like, in other places they do that, but just because you have that's a birthright basically, right? That at some point you're entitled to that. But just because you have land doesn't mean you have money. That's the difference between out there and out here.
You still gotta be kind of poor.
Some of those people be poor. That's why they come out here, they work, they make their money, they build their houses. Yeah. Then they go back because now they got money to live.
A lot of immigrants do that. They're like, they come and work,
I see it now, but
like,
it's genius. But you have to be on the other side to see what's going on.
So you got perspective now, like
I got
more
a ton
than
of
ever.
perspective.
Like going to see that. Because they're like neighbors to us, like, you know.
Bro, that's the main thing too, is that they're not that far. You get what I'm
saying? Like instead of seeing how green the grass on the other side, it's like, oh shit, there's no grass.
Yeah, no, for real. No. I wouldn't even say that though, because given some,
I'm just saying,
given some proper circumstances and shit, I would go back down there. I would go like to live.
Shit,
I would do it because I'm already.
Sell my house and move to Belize right now.
It's
the last thing I heard about Belize.
I'll tell you guys how much an acre of land costs when we off air, because I don't want to be giving away the game and shit. Too much of the game I get, because then it's gonna be all y'all niggas buying all the land.
I have a coworker that spent a few years in Ghana, and like the price differences are it's very similar. It's less than half.
Morocco in October. It's supposed to be going to Morocco in October. So
Morocco?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's just about.
See, as a fat person, Morocco is one of those places I want to go because of the food.
The food, right?
No, for real. It's like, and then I'm into movies too. So like Casablanca, like all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of those artistic hubs. Morocco. That's one of those places that I've been thinking about.
Rich in history and culture.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, the food out everywhere, bro. Everywhere I've been, the specialty dishes and everything, so good.
What was it like in Belize? Fuck Alaska. What was it like eating in Belize?
That was amazing. So Belize, it's a lot of beans, rice. You get plantains. They do the meats. Oh my God, just everything there is good. Everything is delicious. And like I said, it's fairly priced, because for us, we used to everything being astronomically priced. So if it's a $10 Belizean plate, it's a $5 American US dollar plate, and you getting $10 more than $10 worth. And they have them in the little, literally, bro. They have the little shacks that they make stuff in, and that's a restaurant that's literally just like with no roof, and it's a restaurant though. She makes it, bro. And then they have the little carts. They have all that stuff, and they be making them four walls, them 4 poles, them wheels. They make everything work. They make their money.
You're out there like Anthony Bourdain and shit.
Bro, I'm exploring everything. And the crazy thing is, and this is why I was saying all that to say, no matter the conditions they was in, everybody was kind. Everybody was polite. Everybody had a smile on their face. I ain't saying everybody has to have a smile on their face, but man,
you never expect it.
But you know what, bro? Being coming where I came from, being homeless and shit, and I understand what it is to grin and bear shit when you don't have anything,
right?
But when I look at them, I admire them a little more than where I was at that point, because their smiles are genuine, because they love, bro. It's in a culture to love. If you walk down the street and don't say something, say hello, they look at you crazy, and you don't even have to have never met them.
And you see them doing that to other people, not just you. Like you see them.
Yeah. No, I just see the culture, bro, and I see how people treat each other, and just how they interact, and how and just the spirit
community.
Of and the spirit of the country in general. It's like if you can dig past certain things, go into some of these villages, there's some of the most amazing places you can go, like to get the history of where you're at. And that's why I say I always tap in with the locals. I always see what's going on whenever I go to a restaurant or anything in any kind of country like that. I'm very generous with my tips. Bruh, I gave a kid $100 tip. You feel what I'm saying? So because that's nothing.
Yeah,
that was what, $30?
I had this,
nothing. You feel
and it's so crazy because this side of the world we're very concerned with tips. You go to like France, they get insulted if you tip them.
Yeah.
It's like, are you saying my job doesn't pay me enough? What? Because they pay living wages.
It's different culture.
This is different where you go.
Yeah, and what's crazy? Most people in places like that have the nerve to ask for a discount when things are already dirt cheap.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the thing for me. Nah, if you live in your country of residence and you've been here forever and you're showing me hospitality, I pay for that hospitality. You know what I mean? I most definitely, and I acknowledge it, and I match it and I double it. I try to be nice to everybody that I meet because, you never know what that does. Because I've got actual friends out there now, just based off small interactions that to over here would have meant nothing, but it carried on into a conversation. It carried on into beers. Might hit a bowl together, whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
it makes you think about how you interact with people out here. Then
when I came back, I was just like,
we need that.
But I was always thinking, because I'm big in the community stuff, and I always take something with me from wherever I go. Like and I'm not gonna veer back into Alaska too much, but the one thing that really kind of hit me is it's cold as shit out there, and it be people out there laid out like they be in Oakland, and that kind of cold. Used to it, and like it's nothing. And I seen people drinking bottles of mouthwash. Just to get the alcohol content. You feel what I'm saying? That's how far gone some people be. And that's why I always look at things like, wherever you at, it ain't too late for you, man. Because I've seen it. I've everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing it. But I'm also seeing the majority of people are good people. Like that's another thing. I'm seeing a whole bunch of just good people. I'm meeting good people wherever I go. Even in Utah, I had some good interactions. It was just a weird vibe. It was just a weird vibe. But they share a border with Colorado. Yeah, Colorado's fucking awesome.
Oh, I bet.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Like the complete opposite of
nice. So nice. Yeah. Like everything is nice. And everywhere I've gone, I pretty much hit a mountain or like hiked up or climbed a mountain, done something like that. So I've gotten to meet people from different parts of the world, South Africa, Canada, wherever, you know what I mean? Just being able to bond and meet with people. Like some of these people that I meet, like some of these girls that I meet, like hiking and stuff, they'll give me their info. I check out their Instagram. They like them world famous hikers that got like 199,000. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vagabond Hearts. You know what I mean? I met her when we were doing Clouds Rest, which is 9,000 feet up. It's one of the highest points in California. 9,000 feet up. So it's higher than Half Dome.
At 8,000, I was like, my lips hella dry.
Half Dome was about 82, 83.
You walked it?
Feet. Yeah, I did. So Half Dome, you have to hike up. What is it? About 14 miles, and then it's a big thing up top where you have to climb up. Yeah. So it's a couple thousand feet up that you have to climb.
Fuck that shit.
And so it's nutty, bro.
How was it like breathing?
Half the people once they got to the point of climbing, until they got there, they stopped.
Yeah.
Not even half, most of them. And so they'll sit there and watch it, the rest of the few people climb up. Yeah. Once I climbed, I'm not gonna lie, once I climbed up, like I threw up like 3 or 4 times in the midst of it. I had to get off the ladder and like climb to the side of the mountain, like to like gain my bearings. So that's another thing. I literally got off a ladder on the middle of a fucking mountain where you like, you know what I mean?
You're not supposed to.
You can, but it's just one of those things, you know. And that was a fear of mine, being that high up. But here I am laying down on my back, looking up at the sky. I'm like, bruh,
9,000. God damn.
There's no way. But to me, that's what I've learned about myself. Like I thrive off this shit now. So I was looking at it, and that's probably where it started at for me. Like that part is I was looking at myself like, we up here already. You could go down, but then you got to walk all the way back down there knowing that you didn't do it.
Yep.
So why did you go all the way up here? I grinned my teeth, got my ass back up there and climbed the rest of the way and made it up to the top. You know, and threw up again and like walked off from everybody else who was all celebrating. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go see this over there, and then people. The funny part is I was all crouched down and all that, right? And then some people were walking over, and I was like, oh shit.
What made you throw up though? Was it the physical part of it, or was it just being up there and like the heights?
That was my first time hiking.
Okay.
Up. I've never done so.
Is that common for newbies, for first timers to throw
up? That's an advanced hike.
No, I mean, is it common for newbies to vomit after going that high the first time?
Newbies don't usually do that.
What I mean is, it's your first time
no such thing.
Going that
there's
high.
No such thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So there's
newbies don't even go.
No, I meant by newbie, I meant first time going that high. For people who go that high the first time,
I'm telling you,
do they vomit?
Like people usually
you'll get height sickness. Yeah, you'll get elevation sickness.
That's what I wanted to know.
But most people won't even try because they know.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I was
not crazy people.
Yeah.
It's more about building
fucking nuts. But that's one thing about me.
So you got to build a tolerance up.
Yeah. So that was literally, bro.
But even professionals still throw up a lot too.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I'd never done nothing like that before. So that was a hike that more advanced people do, and I had never hiked before up the mountain. But you know what though? That's.
Were you in snow?
No, this was hot. So it was about like 94 degrees.
Wow, shit.
It was the exact opposite.
Yeah, so then that probably dehydrated you a little bit.
So I had to bring like one of those backpacks that had the strap that you could like suck the water out of. Yeah, the camel hump. So that was the thing, but that lasted. Because
you know the difference. You know the difference. I was at Mount Rose. I drove over Mount Rose. And just driving, my fucking lips were chapped. And I was like, why are my lips so chapped?
You know what, though? I think what helps me a lot of the time is that I've done so much different stuff. Like, I think that I've just pushed myself in different ways.
You don't get shocked, your body.
Sometimes I do. I think the elevation thing was probably the last thing, though. And I think that first time doing it in Yosemite, with Half Dome, that was hell. But then Clouds Rest was even worse. Like it was like 9,000 something feet, and I did better on that than I did on Half Dome. You know, wow. So but we got up there, it was nuts. And the crazy thing is, it started to rain, and on the top, so you can't be on the top for too long when it rains because it becomes a natural lightning rod.
Oh shit!
So we got up there. It took hella long to get up there, to hike up there.
You gotta get down.
We had to run our ass down. So we got there in like a quarter. We got back in the quarter of the time that
than it was expected.
Bro, that shit was crazy. So just little stories like that, and then being able to say like, oh, I hiked the glacier or did shit like that. Or
at any point in these trips, did you have like a point where you were like, maybe your life was at risk, hella, like more than any other time? And I have another question about the sacrifice shit.
So, oh man, anything could have happened in the caves in Belize.
But you felt it like.
I felt a lot of things there, but they had assassin bugs in there. Those things that like with the long nose,
like Bugs Life.
Nah, they're called assassin bugs. So they got like this long ass nose. It's called a proboscis, right? And it has like venom and different things in its saliva. So it'll prick you and it'll break off. Ooh. You feel me? So I seen those on National Geographic. I had never seen them in real life. Like in real life. So I was like, oh fuck. So he was pointing them out to us. He was like, watch out, you know. But you know, the crazy thing is the majority of everything stayed to itself, except like maybe a couple of things that would just creep up a little bit and they'd be like, ah. But you know, they don't be trying to jump on you and do all that type of shit. You know what I mean? They be blind,
minding their business.
It's dark, pitch black in there. It's dark most of the time. So any light they see, they be like, what the fuck is this?
They've evolved for
so you know what I mean. Yeah, so I seen bats close up, like face to face.
The big ass ones.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty big.
They look like foxes. I mean,
bats will still find you. That echolocation ain't no joke.
And it was crazy because they had plants in there that were growing in spite of it being pitch black, because the bats would drop fruit seeds out of the stuff that they eat.
That's cool.
And so the plants are still germinating. They'll make little plants in there even though there's no light. So it's crazy little shit like
fungus, I bet too.
Yeah, it's crazy in there, bro. But it's just seeing everything, and then seeing how, like I said, even in that place where it's like ancient, you know, primordial damn near, bro, it's still some pieces of civilization there. Like, people were there, and they were smart, and they were, you know, that's the thing. Regardless of what you think about the sacrifices and stuff that they did and everything, those were some civilized, smart people.
Yeah.
Whatever the beliefs is, it's stuff that other people do that I don't believe in, but you know what I mean? I get the culture, you know, and I just identify with a lot of parts of, you know, places that I've been lately.
I heard some I forgot it was this famous comedian that I know, I listened to. He's older, was still right, but he talked about whenever someone comes up with a brilliant idea, it's like, you know, I was like, man, that's been here, and then he says he just refers to like some ancient thing that's like a version of that. Yeah, is that kind of what you saw? Like, oh, I've seen that before. Yeah, in the caves and shit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was just like, and you know, the crazy thing is just seeing the intricacy of some of the things, like the pottery and things that they were doing. They were doing this shit in pitch black. Well, I mean, they were doing, you know, they had the fireplaces, the little fireplaces I was talking about with the light, but
it's like a fireplace with mirrors, right?
They didn't even, not even, bro. So they had like, they would have these little triangular stones, and they would set them in a triangular fashion, so then the light would emanate outward, like out there. That's why I was saying, I was like, that's smart as fuck.
In the dark.
In the dark. Yeah. That's why I was saying that's smart as fuck. Yeah. You know, and for them to do a lot of the things that they did, I just saw a lot of things there that I was just like, wow. You know, and even going to the temples and the ruins and stuff, just seeing how all of that, like I said, how vast that was, it's nuts. And like I said, I just have a lot of gratitude, man. Just a lot of gratitude, and it brought me back here more focused, like on what I needed to do out here, and
experiencing that old energy. I'm sure that does something to you.
Yeah, and it's enlightening. It's enlightening just to be able to see history, man. Yeah, you know, not just what's taught to us and what we see or what we read. History, bro, like out there, you know what I mean? It's bigger than here, and that's what I'm really grateful for, is the opportunity to see that. I have some really good mentors that told me that the biggest thing I could do for myself is to go see things,
get out there
and see the world and do things like this. And he's out in Portugal right now. Shout out to David Porter. He owns his own jewelry shop, David Porter Jewelry. Check him out. But he's out in Portugal right now on a sabbatical, just doing what he wanted to do. I'm the type of people that, like, I'm blessed to be having in my corner right now, and they're just giving me advice. And the thing about me is, you can give somebody advice, but I listen. Yeah, I listen. Like, even if it don't look like I'm listening, I'm listening. You know, and I absorb things, and I execute, especially when I feel like it's something important. You know, because I feel like what I'm doing right now is bigger than me. It's not even just like Go to Work Fitness. Go to Work Fitness is a big part of what I'm like, of who I am. It's everything, bro.
But it's not your whole identity.
It's a big part of it, but what I feel like is that this doesn't just pertain to fitness in a way. It's a way of life. Like, I feel like everywhere I go, you know, like, I take this with me. I take this belt with me. I've been so many places with this. I done touched more countries and states, and with this title, this is actually a world title, because like, I had seen more states and countries than wrestlers, than more wrestlers that's more experienced. But just being able to just go places and spread the word, shake hands. People, you know what I mean? People done like, oh, let's do a session, this, that, and the other, and being able to go around the world and see what other people do. And you know what I mean, and see how they do. And some of them don't have shit, no equipment like we got, anything like that, and they make do.
Oh, like wrestling type?
No, I'm talking about just working out. I'm talking about working out. I'm talking about businesses. I'm talking about just anything. Like I said, I've seen people in shacks that got their own business, and they be making money. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, they do it. And so I that's why I always say I commend you guys, because once again, you guys came from, I seen you in your bedroom. And now y'all doing this, right? But I always say, just look. I always tell people now, look at where you started at, because that's important. Because a lot of people always look at the day-to-day. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It's not enough going on. I got clients all day that talk about things that they want to go on, and that's not happening at the time that they want it to happen, or any of that. I always tell them, look at where you started at, and look at where you're at now. If you're further ahead than you were before, be grateful for that and execute some more. Don't be complacent. Don't be content. Push for more, but acknowledge and appreciate where you're at.
Reflect.
Appreciate, always, because a lot of people they forget in the cycle of life, in the midst of life, it's easy to just be like, I'm here right now and this is where I want to be. A lot of people don't remember where they started at. And it's easy, and it's hella cliche to always tell people never forget where you come from. That shit is real. Bruh, I keep telling people, I was homeless in a truck. Next year it'll be 10 years I came back here, and this whole thing's like really went down.
And now you're traveling the world. Like doing all this other stuff. I'm about to, we got a couple other things to talk about that I can announce in a second, but we got a lot of great things. We just did, like you said, a movie on the streaming service.
Yeah, we just made a movie.
Come
Unhealthy
on,
Comedian, streaming on Plex and Tubi. Go check it out.
2 streaming services. You feel me? Like, but I'm just saying, and
third coming soon.
Yeah, and sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Who's to say what we can't do? But you got to remember where we came. We all, me and you, Little Caesars. I've known you since what? High school. Known you since high school. I've known you a little less, but I've seen where you came from, and I respect it. You know what I mean?
I saw you. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just posted that thing the other day of that. The Little Caesars.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I get it. I get it. Like it's you just have to reflect sometimes, because we all have goals. We all have things that we would like to do, and
you'll get stuck in thinking of where I want to be and where.
And don't think about where you came from. But if you think about it and you move forward on that, it's so much. It's like
gratifying.
And it's way more clarity in it.
And you keep grounded too.
Yeah, it's so much more clarity.
You know, but being grounded and being humble is also very important. That's what that says to me when you say, like, don't forget where you came from. Like,
it's important, bro. Like, just us being able. This to me is not forgetting where you came from.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like just being able to sit around a lot of the people that I came up with. We've all been doing stuff. We could all act like we too fucking good to sit next to each other if we wanted to. You feel what I'm saying? But I would never be like that.
I'll never have that problem.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
I got what you said.
You know what was funny? I had this the other day, dude, where some dude was walking up to me. I mentioned this on the group chat. I don't know if you saw it. Some dude walked up to me, and he was like,
"There's a dog."
Is a dog here?
Yeah.
Whose dog is that?
Hi.
The voice party has been temporarily invaded.
we had a little what's it called? Little lab.
I mentioned this. This dude walked up to me and he's like,
"It's cute."
And
I didn't even know that.
He said, "Hey, you JD?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" I was like, "Man, we're in the box. What's up?" and then he was like, "I watch your show and I appreciate, I'll keep doing your thing." And I was like, all right, we're cool.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just it's thinking about that type of stuff, right? Because beforehand, you wouldn't have never even thought that. But guess what?
Yeah. I was just thinking about this right now. It's helpful to, like, keeping you grounded on that level is when you surround yourself with people like this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in a band. You guys are doing the podcast and comedy shows and stuff like that, working on your fitness, and all of us have the same goal. And to surround yourself with other people that have similar goals like you, that are pushing for this, it doesn't matter how old you are, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, there's realistic whatever, but like we all have dreams that are pushing forward something, and I think when you get a group of guys or girls or whatever together that have that same mentality and drive, then you also stay humble, right? Because it is so easy for any of us to kind of get a big head when we get an opportunity or when we do something cool, right? And then JD's right there and be like, "Hey dude, don't forget you're still like 90 pounds, I can kick your ass because you're being a douche right now." You know what I mean? I know you haven't done that, but I'm just saying.
One time and you were being a douche.
But like, you know what I mean? Like anyone can, we got that foundation that we can call each other out. We can, we can keep each other humble.
Exactly.
And it's important to remember because, like, once you, like, like I do shows and I think, oh, I don't know if they're gonna laugh at my shit. I think if that me, you know how I have issues with that shit. With whether I'm doing good at something, like, you know, I always still have that, like, I don't know if it's gonna be good enough, and then I do good, and I'm like, but what if it was just this one time?
Yeah,
I mean, and it's like that every time, so it's kind of like.
But that's the other thing too. You need. I mean, that's the motivation, right?
That is the motivation.
Because how many times have we all told you, be like, dude, fucking do it. Yeah, you're funny, and you're like, no, I'm not, I don't think I'm funny.
Every like, yes, artist is their own worst critic, and I think that's the way it should. I
remember
be,
the first time
it keeps you sharp.
The first time you saw me before a show, I was hella nervous. I was like, he was like, hey man,
fuck, bro, you gonna be good, bro. Like that's how I've always been, bro. Like that's one thing I've never had a problem with is like performing. I don't know why, but it's just one of them.
With it.
You know what though? I mean, you can understand that, but everybody, because we've all had to do some kind of improvisation, right? But the thing for me, when I like, all right, so when I say like, oh, I'm the best in the world, or when I say stuff like that, it's not like to like blow my own horn. It's like something I tell
affirmation.
Myself.
It's confidence.
Like you have to have that confidence.
Self-confidence.
I feel like you have to.
You're just saying it out.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel like that. Like, but it took me so long for me to even get out there and be outward with it, because I most definitely used to feel like, oh, maybe I can't do this, maybe I can't do that, maybe I can't do this. But once I started to roll and start to touch on certain things I thought I would never do, and it becomes simple. Or it becomes something that I can just do, then I'm like, oh shit, okay, well what can I do? And then you start to think about it. But the biggest thing for me is I made myself uncomfortable. And a lot of us gotta make ourselves uncomfortable. You know, we got like, you know, and sometimes you don't, or have that uncertainty sometimes. You don't know where you're gonna go, or you lose a job, or something happens in your career, or maybe something don't go good with gigs, or, you know, all of that type stuff. Like, we all have to have that uncomfortable feeling in order to like persevere and grow from that shit.
Yeah, and that's really what you learn from.
That's exactly, bro. If we didn't have any adversity, we wouldn't even know nothing.
It's true. Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking that we're our biggest critics, but we're also our biggest fans.
We can be,
right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm my biggest fan. Like I love everything about me, but then there's the other half of me that's like,
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah, and that's
it's so contradicting.
Part of what I like. Yeah,
part of being an artist.
I'm nervous every time before. Like I think about that shit too, where I'm like, I was at a comedy club a while back, and I was like, I don't belong here. And then I went up and had a great time. It's like I was just having fun, and I had a great set. And then I think back to when I was in high school, I would cut class when I had to give a presentation. So in that aspect, I've come a long way.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you think about all that shit. Like, okay, I overcame this in a way.
Yeah.
Where, you know, I can do it.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that like it's easy to forget that shit, man. Especially if we don't talk to people about this.
Yeah. You know it's kind of funny. Talking about being uncomfortable and stuff. When you're in the band, and we would get like the randomest gigs. We'd be like, how come we haven't played these like pop festivals yet? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And, you know, we'll be playing, you know, these kind of like street festivals that are like 90% Pacific Islanders, 90% black people. You know what I mean? And then you're like, my music does not work here at all. Why the fuck am I playing this, right? But then you kill it, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, this is what I need to do. I need to be in the weirdest spots in my career, because that's what's going to make me stand out, right? Because if you throw me in the world that I want to be in right now, it's a lot of competition. But not as a bad thing, but like you know what I mean? Like you're probably not going to stand out. You throw me in somewhere I don't belong, and I kill it, and then you come up to me, then 17 people come up to me afterwards and be like, dude, we were kind of nervous because we just saw what we thought was a bunch of white boys up there on stage, and holy crap, you guys blew us away. And then, you know what I mean? That's with everything.
But it just also shows, and it adds to the point that you can kill it anywhere if you do stuff like that. That's why I say if you can do stuff in places where it's adversity or you don't feel comfortable at, then you could do that shit anywhere.
That's, man, like I experienced that with comedy. I always think go to these, like, you know, mostly white shows in SF that I wouldn't be able to do good. And, you know, that's all I've been doing for the last 2 fucking years when I go over the bridge. Yesterday or Friday, I did like an all Mexican crowd. I was like, oh shit, this is what I wanted. But I don't think I would have been this good if I would have only done this fucking crowd.
Right.
If so,
that makes you better. It only makes you better.
Also, another thing that I wanted to ask you is you've been doing like community service now. That like you've been hella involved with that.
Yeah.
With the Lions Club and Urban Tilth.
So yeah,
I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, no. I most definitely do. That was a big point I wanted to touch on. So a lot of the community work, I feel like, it's so cool because this is stuff that I've always wanted to kind of do, and I feel like I've already like put my feet in there. And even with you guys, when we were doing like the show and everything, we would always do like community events. It would always be, you know, putting our stamp, putting our stamp on, letting them know we care about the community. We're putting you on. So, and that goes on, and we'll bring it all full circle. It's crazy to see how organizations like Moving Forward, when we first started, when we did their first 5K, which you were there for, right?
Yeah.
You performed. Tomorrow's June performed. We covered it. To see where they started at, where like Tom Button them, like the mayor didn't even want to come because it wasn't a big enough event. Fuck you. But beyond that, I said what I said. But like,
we got a disclaimer at the beginning.
I said what I said. But like, it is what it is. But like, but to see them now, right? And last year they had like hundreds of people, hundreds of runners, and I got to host that one. And like, we can announce one of the first announcements. I'll be hosting this one this year as well. So there we go. That's another big one right there. So we I think that's four events for them for the 5K that I've hosted. So we're gonna come back this year. We're gonna re-up. I'm very excited about that. And that's it's just great to see them grow. And it's like I was saying about Soulful Softball Sunday, another one, right? We seen them from when they first started to both of those events are two of the biggest events in Richmond right now.
Shout out to Alamo Brown.
Shout out to him. And it's just crazy to see how when you start something and you give and you collaborate, you see the seeds grow. And then you could and then those trees you can pull fruit from later. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? Like
you missed one.
What's up?
You covered one of my first comedy shows at Bridge.
And look at y'all now. Yep. Look at y'all now.
I know you weren't at the last one. Yeah. One of the last ones sold out, man.
Look at y'all now. But that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. In hell, bro. Like let's go. Jake Wilson. We did first shows with him, like doing the Rich City Talent Showcase. He about to release an album.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You feel what I'm saying? Seeing Tomorrow's June, you guys are over here selling out, hella damn Yoshi's, hella damn venues and stuff. You guys are like some of the most talented people I know. And just to be able to say that I had, had a involvement in any kind with you guys, that's a pleasure of mine, bro.
Man, it's been dope.
Yeah, and just like being able to reach out. That's always been a thing of mine. So to be able to go into the Lions Club or to be able to do the stuff with Urban Till for Moving Forward, anything like that, I feel like it's just a natural progression because this is what we always then did. I always feel like anything you put your energy into and you don't budge on it,
you do it with your heart.
If you do it with your heart, it's all gonna grow. So if somebody wants to make money, if somebody's motivated to make money, then you're gonna make money, right? It might not be the way you want to make money, but it's money, and that's what you asked for. Right. So it's money.
Yep.
If you're motivated by that, then that's what you're motivated by. I ain't never been motivated by that. Yeah. I've always been motivated by community. Sometimes I was motivated by that and I didn't even know it. Like that's why I would be doing certain things, and that's why I would be wanting to put events together, or that's why I'd be wanting to help certain people when I ain't had no money to help myself, because I see the potential in people. And that's, I think, my gift as a trainer too, is you see the potential of people, you see where they at, and you be like, I can make you better. Yeah, it's not even me making you better; it's you making yourself better.
Just guiding,
and I'm just guiding. You feel me? I'm just the bridge. You just got to cross. You feel what I'm saying? But it's not all my work. It's a team thing.
That's true.
And so going into the Lions Club, that's probably one of the biggest honors of my life. I just finished the Lions Club International Leadership Institute not that long ago, so graduated from that. So
congratulations.
Thank you. And got to really meet like a lot of mentors, a lot of different people who own businesses, who are in office in different areas of the Bay, in different areas of the state, and pick their brains and sit down with them. People from different walks of life, from the LGBTQ community, from black, white, Latino, whatever. Bro, as a trainer, I've befriended people who were Trump supporters, who like, you know what I'm saying, they came into my gym first couple of days and they were, you know what I mean, cool as fuck, and then we would talk about certain things, and then, you know, he would let me know what he subscribed to, what his political view is. And I mean, just because you don't agree on certain...
That's crazy to hear, because, like, I remember during the Trump...
I don't care, bro. Yeah. I don't care. See, the thing is, for me, and it's not, like I said, once again, it's not about money. It's about people. Like, I don't care what your political view is, as long as you don't sit over here and try to box me in on some shit, because I'm not boxing you in. So my friend might support Trump, right? But he ain't doing it because he racist. He doing it for some economic shit that he might feel like he benefit from. But that's also a bro of mine now, and he looks at me and he knows I'm a great person because I've helped him out. I've helped him drop weight. I helped his mom drop weight. I helped his mom reverse her diabetes. I've done a lot of things for that family, so they see beyond whatever.
And in today's world, that's a hard thing to look past.
Yeah, but see, it don't matter to me. It's about the person. I don't, because I look at it. When you look at a lot of people when they comment on Facebook, right, or when they make comments on social media, when they make their comments and people jump on their head, the big thing is it's not that they get mad that you disagree with their point. They get mad because they feel like you dehumanizing them. So regardless of people's opinion, people want to feel like they still want to know that they're still human. They don't want to be boxed outside the human race.
Right, like you're a monster because
you voted for Trump or something. I don't have a problem with people voting for Trump, but I do feel like you have to clarify what your views are. And if it's not a racist view, hey, then move on. You feel what I'm saying? Because you have to.
I was gonna say I know I've talked with JD about this. I'm big on that. Where it's refreshing to hear you say that, because there's so many people who just want an echo chamber. They just want to talk to people who agree with them. They're going to spit their own opinions back at them.
Yeah,
you can't be afraid of differing opinions and opposing viewpoints, because if I'm right wing and you're left wing, that means we're going to look at the same problem and we're going to see two different solutions. Maybe your way's right, maybe my way's right, maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Exactly. But if you're not willing to talk to somebody who thinks different than you, you're never going to get outside of your little bubble.
Exactly.
That's going back to being uncomfortable.
I mean, And there are plenty of conservatives out there who don't even think Trump is racist, and and if they really thought that he was racist or going to institute, institute policies that could harm black and brown people intentionally doing that, they wouldn't vote for him. So that's something to consider too.
I don't even care if he's racist. Like, it doesn't even matter to me, because I have my feelings on certain things that he said, but I don't know the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and you're going back to the people.
I care about the people that I meet, because I'll probably never meet Donald. I don't know if I will or not, so I don't care.
But what I was talking about was policies that are fueled by race. Because Hitler was racist, right? And he could have easily have not instituted policies that impacted Jewish people, but he did, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to talk your shit, but the moment you're like, all right, we're going to funnel all the black and brown people in ovens, that's not okay. You know what I mean?
I get it, but then that's what
that's not okay, all right?
I get it. No, I get it. But
this took a turn.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is that, like, when people have a problem with different opinions or accepting something that isn't their same exact thought, like what you were saying, like an echo chamber. And that to me is very limiting. That limits your thought process. That limits what you can learn.
Life experiences.
Those people that like are the Trump supporters, some of the people, they taking me on trips and shit that I ain't never thought I'd be on. You feel what I'm saying? So they're cool as shit with me.
Great sex. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm saying like if you go to another place and like I'm just
When I was in Utah though. Hold on, when I was in Utah though, that was one of the fine points in Utah. So we did this place called, me and my bro Logan did this place called Mount Timpanogos, right? We had this other place, we had this other guy with his name Aaron, I think it was, a white guy, and he was cool as shit, right? Everybody was cool as shit. So we went to this hostel, right?
Oh shit.
And so they had this big ass pool with the fucking water slide outside, and the pool was hella heated and shit, bruh. So the first thing I told them was, I was like, hey, y'all can go do what y'all gonna do, but first thing I'm gonna do is get in the pool, swim, and kick it, right? Wasn't nothing going on. And they said, okay, we're gonna go to the bar. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, y'all go ahead and do that. I went and got me like a couple little bottles of champagne and shit, popped them, and was just chilling, swimming in the pool. Next thing I know, probably like 5, 6 little blonde college chicks came to the damn pool, bro, and it was a damn pool party. That's how I feel, bro. It's like you gotta indulge in the energy, bro. Like everywhere I go, that's one thing about me. Everywhere I go, like I try to have good energy.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And like you said, it's just about maybe being in Utah took me out of my comfort zone too.
You thought you were going to like a Klan rally, and you know,
it wasn't necessarily like that. It was like It was you know what? It was a lot of people who don't know what to do when they see somebody like me.
How to act around.
Because I'm not gonna say to everybody, because once again, I don't trip off race. The racism thing to me now is kind of like crying wolf. Because everything is racist. Everything is right. White people are calling the Karen thing worse than the N-word. They are adjusting the racism. So like everything is racism now. Yeah. And I'm kind of beyond that. Like I look at whoever you are, whatever your political view is, I can see past that if you're a good person and you can see me as who I am.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Because no one's doing that right now.
No one's doing that, but that's the thing about what we were saying about community. Yeah. And we can wrap it into a pretty bow with this.
Yeah. For sure.
He gave it this 10-minute light.
10-minute light? Perfect. So what I learned too is everybody, especially traveling, everybody wants the same thing. Yeah. Black community, white community, Latino community, even in Richmond, when you look at that little condensed area, it's so many little communities that want to be represented from, like I said, black, white, Latino, Asian, LGBTQ, whatever else. And they all want to have their representation. But the thing is, how do you want individual representation when you want the same exact thing? Right. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's so much, we've divided so much that there are just little slices of the pie now. Yeah. You feel me? Because everybody wants a piece. But the thing is it can't be a black agenda. It can't be a white agenda. It can't be a Latino agenda or an Asian one or LGBTQ. We all got to just look at it like, I'm human, you're human. We all want the same things. We want better education.
We all get hungry. We all want shelter.
Yeah, we want shelter. We want fair pricing for that shelter. Yeah. We want fair pricing for our food, for all that type of stuff. We want education for our kids, because that's the big thing within the next few years. How do we know what the education system is going to look like?
You can get stabbed in the back by your own people.
But the thing is, that's why I'm saying people have to realize that in order for us to thrive, it's a community. It really do start from within, bro. I've been to places that are poor as hell, and I've been to some of the richest places you could ever be at with some of the richest people you could ever see. Like I've literally sat at the San Francisco Symphony with some CEOs and stuff. Just picking brains. I don't want no money from you. I don't want nothing but information, because that's the most valuable thing in the world. But I say that to say, like, we all want this. We all are longing for the same shit. Like especially when you break it down to the poor people who are working 9 to 5 trying to go check the check. Or the entrepreneurs who are trying to build something for themselves, the artists who are trying to build their careers, the comedians who are trying to build their reps to get out there. All of this, everybody wants the same thing. You want a better life, an opportunity to do that. When you, I'm pretty sure everybody's planning on having kids at some point. Maybe not. But like, if you do, then what about education? Yeah. What about making sure that our future is there? What about making sure retirement and making sure all those other things are there? These are things we don't think about, because our generation is, we nickel and dime everything because this is what we've been given. Yeah. Even the people who graduate from college. Yeah. Nickel and diamond, student loans, crazy. Debt, all this stuff. So it's a lot of things that I always say. It's like we all want the same things, but we're only gonna get heard if we're unified, bro. but they make it so that everybody's at each other's throats, so we can't unify.
Whose head you got to chop off? That's like
whose head? Is it a Muslim head? Is it a Mexican head? Is it a Karen head? Is it a white? Is it a black head? Who this week?
I mean, the problem is that we can't all agree on how to get there.
But that's what I'm saying. We all got. But see, that's what I'm saying.
We all want the same things.
We all want the same things.
But we all see different paths to get there.
But sometimes you got. But this is what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's important for me to sit with a Trump supporter or me to befriend these type of people, because guess what? A lot of the things that we're saying, same shit. It's just a different way of saying it.
You just have different enemies.
Just a different enemy. It's a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because a lot of the times when me and my friends that have that viewpoint say whatever they say, and I consider myself an independent. I'm not a Democrat, by the way. I'm an independent. Yeah. But
thank God.
But
he hates Democrats. Nothing more. He hates
I'm not a Democrat. But and the only reason I say that is because you can. I like to pick at and see the bullshit on both sides.
For sure. And there's enough.
It's bullshit on both sides.
If you go down the list,
it's bullshit on both sides. Nobody's completely honest on either side.
That's true.
Politics is politics, but you gotta. But that's what
the most gangster tool I've ever created.
I swear to God. But
according to Immortal Technique.
But we all want the same thing. So we all. This is why I say, how are we all, especially in Richmond, how are we all condensed in an area that's so small yet we can't talk to each other?
Yeah.
It's gonna take somebody to unify. We got to unify. It's none like, especially when, everybody's butting their head on a different wall, but we all want to get into the house.
What's the solution?
What's the solution? Kick the fucking door down together. What are we doing?
Right.
You sound like an anarchist.
Everybody's
not saying
that's
that.
my people. That's my people.
Everybody's too busy with the petty arguments.
I feel like I can go. I feel like organizing to make change, and I feel like because the Trump supporter, he has something to offer. The person in the hood, everybody has potential. You know how many people have potential in the hood that are brilliant people? Mm-hmm. They have something to offer. The folks out in Guatemala, they're smart as fuck. They got something. We have to talk to people.
Agreed.
But keep it planted to Richmond real quick. Just condensed to those few miles. There's no reason that our community leaders, our young leaders and all that can't just talk to each other. Yeah. We can't just talk to our own people. We can't talk to who just looks like us.
And even if a program, and sometimes even if something works, you'll still have dissenters. Like there's a program came out a while ago where they were like, I call it funding people to change their way of life. City of Richmond was like, hey, you know how these people are always shooting at each other? Let's fund them to abstain from crime and get them actual employment opportunities. Reform them. But a conservative sit there and be like, well, I mean, fuck funding them, you know what I mean? Like, but it doesn't matter because it worked. We solved the problem. We're unifying and getting it together. But as long as you have somebody who's going, well, I didn't like the means and how you solved that problem, there's always going to be division.
That's the point. And
that's sad.
Yeah, and that's the point.
But if it worked, it worked.
That's the point. You got to look at what works. But one person or one community don't have the answer. We all got to look at it and be like, yo, this is what we all want this shit. Because put it like this. I seen when they were doing the anti-Asian hate law, right? Shout out to my Asian community too, because I got a lot of friends, a lot of family there. And then as soon as that happened, first thing black people was like, what happened to the anti-lynching bill?
They're still there.
But I'm just saying they were but they had passed the thing before they had made some provisions and shit.
Okay.
And so it was like one of those things. But I'm saying when you make everybody has to be, because the thing is, it ain't just stop Asian hate, stop black hate, stop Muslim hate, stop Mexican hate, stop white hate, stop hate. Just stop hate. Everybody's human. Just stop hate. But community to me is the most important thing. Like, we're all in this together. In the city of Richmond, I see so much potential in our people. Like, I used to hate that city. I used to hate being from Richmond because of just the past connotations, the reputation and all that. But the thing is that was a different perspective, and that was before I got experience in my head and got to kind of understand, bruh, that what happened, from the state of emergency, then all these other things, from all the lives that was lost, from all this other stuff, all of that was preset for us. The music we listen to, the shit we watch, all that type of stuff, it sets a mind frame where fast money is the only money that count.
Why would you go to college? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't chase your dreams. You in the hood. Why would you chase your dreams? You stuck here. You feel me? So it breeds a cycle of hate, sadness, death, a whole bunch of other things. The thing that I love about this right now, what's going on with Urban Tilth, with moving forward, even with you guys are giving a lot of voices to people who don't have them. You feel me? What's going on is people understand what we need. It's community. We need each other. So just like you know, people need you guys to amplify their voices. People need people like moving forward to supply these scholarships. People need people like Urban Tilth to teach them how to plant and grow in their community. So when things are astronomically high, or when the food supply goes short, we can supply each other and take care of ourselves. So we need each other. So shout out to Urban Tilth. Shout out to Lions Club, because we're donating seeds and money and everything. We're feeding people all across the world, and we're putting some contributions down in Richmond, California. Since I've been down here, we're collaborating with Urban Tilth. We're going to be donating money to make sure that community center that's going to be built by Doria. Shout out to Doria Robinson, Najari Smith from Rich City Rides. When this whole thing goes down, the Lions Club will be there. We will make sure that everything needs to be done. We will supply what's needed. When it comes down to Stige Elementary and a whole bunch of different schools out here that are low income, when this summer ends, we will be providing free vision tests for the schools and for the students over there, so you don't need to worry about getting that insurance, putting that on your insurance and doing all that. But that's what it's about.
Take us home.
It's about community. We need each other. I need y'all. And thank you guys for having me, because that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yes.
Just doing.
You're the real life Nacho Libre.
So are we closing? Are you gonna wrap us up? Okay, so
you take us home.
Okay, so first off, let me just give a couple shots. Yeah, give me a
plug your everything you got.
Got you. All right, so first off, shout out.
Part 2 eventually. We'll do part 2.
We'll do it. It's so much more to come.
Yeah.
But first off, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Voice Party, Marcos, my bro Joaquin, my bro JD.
No compliments are allowed, by the way.
Come on, man. My bro Phil, the whole team, an IOP video, because y'all did a whole bunch for Go to Work Fitness. These guys are Go to Work Fitness. If it wasn't them, it wouldn't be nothing.
No Voice Party.
No Voice Party, no Go to Work Fitness, no nothing. These guys right here, these guys are the foundation for everything.
And I want to thank you, because if it wasn't for you, there would be no Voice Party.
But say, hey, you know what?
Likewise.
But see, you know what? If we wouldn't have met each other, if all of us wouldn't have met each other at this table, none of this would be going on. All for all of us. So cheers to that. So most definitely, in respect, thank you guys. Shout out to like I said, Rich City Rides, Urban Tilth, moving forward, everybody who's within the community right now. That's why I'm so proud to be involved in Richmond right now, is because there's so many like-minded people that want to do great things in the community. We're changing it. Yeah. We're changing the stigma. We're changing everything. You guys with the comedy shows, you guys are making Richmond a destination again. That's what matters.
It's a comedy hub now, apparently.
Yeah, and that's and the thing is that it's going to be an entertainment hub, because we're going to bring the Rich City Talent Showcase back too pretty soon. So we're going to make that happen. And I ain't playing. We're going to do that. But just for you guys are awesome. Everybody who's doing everything. Shout out to the Lions Club. And finally, everybody go check out fucking Unhealthy Comedian, that great film on Plex,
the Rocky
on Tubi. You know what I mean? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing that, and hopefully we can do something else. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pro Wrestling Revolution and Gabriel Ramirez and Robert, man, because starting Saturday, I'll be back up.
Shit! We'll be back up. Where can people follow you on Instagram? And
Go to Work Fitness on Instagram. Go to Work Fitness Facebook. Evan LG Francis on Facebook. I got all that stuff. And yeah, bro. If you need anything as far as fitness go, personal training, I am the best. I no disrespect to nobody else doing anything, but when it comes down to this right here, 10 years straight, no breaks. COVID was killing it. Nothing stopped me. I'm number one out here. We ain't playing. So
you heard it here first. That's been the Voice Party,
and we're out.
Yeah.
Oop. I like that.
Oh, I gotta pee.
Like that.
That was good teamwork right there.
Yeah, I love that.